Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back for another video. I stayed up all night and I completed the Granyt fusion. Now, I didn't have to do it so quick, but I was kind of getting a bit burned out, so I just thought, let's just finish this quickly so we can get on and do a build. So, today I have put together 3 builds for this guy. We're going to try him in a bunch of different content. We're going to see if this fusion was actually worth all the effort. It was incredibly expensive in terms of resources, in particular brews and just anything for champion training. I really struggled with this time. So yeah, let's try the 3 builds. Let's get it. Guys, before we go ahead, there's a new player promo link. It's going to be in the pinned comment and description of this video, and it's going to get you off to a solid head start with 3 epics and a free legendary as you level up your account. Here's what you need to do. You'll want to log out of Play and Play on your PC and uninstall the game. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email address. Launch raid, complete your tutorial, go to your inbox and claim your first free champion. This is a good one, guys. You don't want to miss it. So here he is. It's the dwarf that has kept me up for way too many nights trying to get this fusion done quickly. He's been incredibly expensive in terms of champ training style resources. Books, brews, and chickens I have burned like crazy because I really wasn't initially down to do this fusion, so I was a little bit unprepared. I've done 3 builds for us to go through today. This first one is his Affinity Breaker Hydra PvE style support build. There's no crit rate, we're not going to see any big numbers. This is just pure utility, a little bbit like a replacement for someone like Uugo, but without the healing. I've got a few area bonuses into Hydra, so this is how it comes out. We've got 83.7k HP, pretty good. Just shy of 3k defense, that's a fraction on the low side for high level Hydra. 296 speed, very good. 396 resistance, kind of perfect for Hydra, and 407 accuracy, so we can land those debuffs. As far as relics go, I did just put the Gilded Pinion on him. I think that was from the Chaos Awakes. I just did it because it's more HP and more speed, and hopefully he can just receive essentially a little bit less damage. He's not booked, so there's going to be more time where he's got skills on cooldown, so in theory he should just be taking less damage overall. That's good. As far as masteries go, these are going to be the same masteries for all 3 builds. Now, this is probably not the right set of masteries for a support-based champion because we've got no crit rate, so he's really not gaining anything from Helm Smasher, but he's getting a lot of utility from the right-hand side under the support tree. Mainly in this, he extends buffs he casts. That includes things like Shatter, and he extends debuffs he casts, block buffs, and decreased defense. So it's a little bit of a mishmash of masteries for this particular build. If I was going to be using him purely support, I would consider doing support and defense tree rather than going down the offense tree. But this is just so that I don't have to keep spending gems changing for the sake of this video. Let's take him into Hydra. Okay, Nightmare Hydra, as we're in now. This is the team I've put together. We're doing the Mikage Shadowkin kind of unity style thing, which basically means every time she attacks, a Boro is going to attack, and a Boro is nasty in Hydra. You've got to start using her if you haven't already. We have got the Archer coming in, who's kind of just doing everything for Hydra. She's provoking, she's putting out Hex, decreased speed, and she's actually healing our team. Very, very cool. We're using Shamail to get rid of the Head of Torment because we just can't be bothered with the Head of Torment. He makes life very easy. What he's also going to do is every time he uses his passive to get rid of True Fears, he's going to be boosting Mikage's turn meter, which means more Mikage turns, which means more Aboro turns, which means more DPS. Pretty simple. We've got Lydia in as our main debuffer and buffer, and we've got Granyt, who's going to be basically our block buffs champion. Like I say, he's unbooked, so it's probably going to let us down a little bit. We'll find out. And yeah, he's going to put Shatter on us. So the purpose of this test, and I'm going to keep it kind of short and simple. I am going to run this for 5 minutes on auto. Now, after 5 minutes, I'm going to end the run and I'm going to see what sort of damage other champions in the team have done. This is not about Granyt. This is about the Shatter buff and how it's going to affect Shamail, Archer, and Aboro, because in theory, they should all be doing a lot more damage. After the 5 minutes is done, I'm going to quit out and I'm going to replace Granyt with Uugo and run it for another 5 minutes. Again, I'm not comparing Uugo to Granyt in terms of the damage numbers or anything like that. I just want to see what damage the rest of the team are doing under the benefit of having Shatter. So we're going to just right now jump to the end. We've just taken a look at some of the animations. I liked Granit's A2, was really cool. It's like the fist from heaven, a little bit like Taras. So yeah, let's just jump to that, see what the numbers are, and then we'll do it again with Uugo and make our comparison. Right, exactly 5 minutes on the dot, as you can see in the corner there. 42.35 million damage dealt. Very cool, a lot more than I thought it would be, actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to rerun this with Uugo, and I'm going to compare the Archer, Shamail, and Aboro numbers as they are now compared to then, and that will essentially tell me, is Shatter doing its job? Is it worth bringing Granyt in, or should we just stick with Uugo? Let's find out. Just so that you guys can see, it's actually exactly the same gear on Uugo as Granyt. I'm actually just swapping them around. I figured that was like the most fair way to conduct this test. 5 minutes, again, it's all going to be on auto. I'm just going to run it. We'll be back in 5 minutes and we will compare those numbers. So this has very much surprised me. In the previous battle with Shatter and the Dwarf, Archer actually did 9 million, now she's done 11.1, which is quite strange. Shamail previously did 8 million, now he's done 8 and a bit, and Aboro did 16 and now she's actually done 18. So that's really weird to me because under Shatter, my champions have actually done less damage. That is very, very weird. Now it's not the most fair test in the world because buffs weren't landing quite as much as they could be, but that has really, really surprised me. That is a little bit disappointing. I thought that with Shatter and Doorstop, the numbers were going to really, really beat this. So, okay, that's different. That's actually very disappointing, but it's a test. That's what happens. Right, on to build number 2. I have gone for a PvE DPS style build. These are the stats. Okay, let's try the dragon. I like to always test in dragon stage 1 because I don't really want to waste the energy failing stage 10, but this should give us a little bit of an indication of what he can do. This is PvE damage build, so I'm now expecting to see some pretty big numbers. We can but hope. I'm still a little bit disappointed by that Hydra result. We're just going to buff up. I brought Donnie in as well because I want to cycle his skills a bit quicker, and obviously he's unbooked, so it's just A1s from Donnie. We're going to get debuffs out there and we're going to see what this guy can do. Let's start with his A3. This essentially should deal 100% more damage to anyone he hits. It's only a single target. So let's pick on Farakin. Let's see the number. That was quite big. 426. That was okay. Okay. And it's given us an extra turn. That impressed me quite a lot, actually. Let's try the A1 and we'll do the A2 on round 2. So let's just pick on this person here. It's going to be 3 hits and each hit's going to ignore defense. Now we're also using Merciless, so we're already ignoring 35% defense. Let's see what this does. Pretty good. 60, 60, 77. That's okay. I can't really complain about that. Right, let's do it again. Let's buff up. Let's debuff the enemy team. All of our skills should be available now. This is a slightly tankier wave anyway, so this is a good test. We're going to do his A3 again because it should kill an enemy and give us an extra turn. Then we'll do his A2. So we will just pick on, I think it's Steel Skull in the middle. Bang, 300k this time. Obviously it's a much tankier enemy. Let's see what the A2 does. He's got Shatter on him, so this should hurt quite a bit. 160-ish across the board. For a debuff skill, I would argue that's pretty strong. Can't really complain. We're just going to A1 our way through now, and we'll try his A1 one more time, and then I'll see you at the boss. Okay, I'm going to pick on the guy with seemingly the most HP. That's probably this guy here. So just A1, it should be a triple hit. 1, 2, 3. Actually quite solid. He does decent damage. He's not out DPSing like my Wukong or any of my mythicals, but you know, I've got to stop looking at this guy as a DPS, but he is holding his own. Can't really complain there. Right, we are at the boss, so we're just going to buff up, get this out from Lydia, and now I'm just going to put it on auto and see how quick we can take this guy down. They are big hits. That A3 is quite the smack. And obviously we've got the addition of PvP going through Stone Skin. Not my preferred way of handling Stone Skin is to try and just blast your way through it. I'd try and remove it if possible, but he hits pretty hard. I must say I'm quite impressed by his DPS. I'm reeling a little bit about the Hydra result, but what can you do? It could be many reasons that was so low. He's getting debuffed quite a lot, but in his DPS build, I didn't really factor in any resistance. It does look like we are going to take this boss down. I don't think there's going to actually be any problem. I'm quite impressed. I must say, it's done more than I thought it would. I thought he was just going to kind of just tickle the enemy and nothing was going to happen. I noticed going through the waves, his A1 is actually incredibly strong. 3 hits that were all hitting for like, yeah, sort of 70k. It was kind of taking pretty much everyone down, albeit a little bit slowly. That is a big hit. That A3 is big. And I do love that A2 animation, that sort of fist from the heavens, very Taras. Just kind of with a different color scheme. There we go. That's kind of the end. I think that should be the last hit. Very cool. So we can do dragon with him. I think that's quite impressive. I would also argue that this guy would have use in Fire Knight. That A1 with the triple hitter, that could definitely be Fire Knight viable. So now onto the PvP arena style build. Now I've gone lethal stone skin. Here are his stats. He's quite low on HP. I just don't really have the gear to make it happen without breaking loads of champions. Let's call it 80k HP with pretty much 350% crit damage. That's going to be pretty solid. He's just about got enough accuracy, I imagine, to sort of debuff the DPSs on the team. Right, my least favorite place in the entirety of Teleria, and that is live arena. I suck at live arena. I hate live arena. If it wasn't for area bonuses, I just wouldn't do it. Okay, let's go with something like this. I'm going to get rid of the Marishka because I don't really know how else to play this. Let's hope that Granyt can be the DPS that this guy is just not expecting. Okay, we are going to buff up. Going to put more buffs on absolutely everybody. We're going to see if we can remove some stone skin. We have. Let's see if we can A3 someone and then kill them with the A2. So we're just going to get rid of Fabian because he is annoying. That's him down. And now let's use the A2. Pretty decent. Taras could still potentially ruin my life. I think that's GG. I think that's for the win. That was not bad. See? That's good. Let's roll it again. Okay, burn and block damage team. So this might not be quite so much fun. Fabian is going to ruin our lives. Granit's not going to be able to do a lot, sadly, and those bombs have practically ended us. But, you know, we'll take the loss. It's fine. And it's a loss. We might have to just go for the nuke. Otherwise, we might have to take a loss on this one. Ooh, this could be tricky. I just don't want to get locked out. It's going to happen again. Damn it. Not actually getting to use Granyt that much, which is very typical in any kind of showcase. Let's just get rid of anything, really. Hopefully Marius will save the day. Be nice to use Granyt just like once. There we go. Kill the Siffy. Very nice. And hopefully don't get wiped by a solo Embers with like 10% HP. It could happen. I've seen it happen. It's probably going to happen, isn't it? No, it's not. Oh, dirty. Well, there you go. He didn't do a whole lot that time. So I'm not just going to keep running live arena because it is kind of my idea of hell. But you know what? He's actually pretty viable. I'm not saying he's the greatest, and I haven't actually speed tuned him at all to get in any of these teams. I wonder if there's something I can do about that. Let's just see if we can kill some of these teams with like a duo style nuke. So let's just get rid of the Arbiter. Boom, she dead. And let's go with the A2. Block debuffs. And hopefully, yeah, we're absolutely fine. So that A3 is actually pretty cool with the extra turn mechanic. Obviously, it's going to be very beneficial against Stone Skin. Trying to see if there's any kind of Stone Skin teams in here. Not today. But as you'll see here, you know, he's just pretty solid. He's not winning any awards. I can tell you that now. But he's solid. I mean, we've lost this. Am I glad I fused him? Maybe. It's kind of too early to tell. I think where we're really going to see him shine is in those really awkward stages of Cursed City, just kind of places like that, more than anything else. I think that's where he's going to shine. We'll kill the Embers, and then let's see if the A2 can kill everyone else. It's decent. I can't complain. Am I sold? Am I convinced? I'm not 100% sure. Time will tell. He has surprised me. I'm glad I fused him, but I'm yet to work out if he is going to be worthy of, you know, real investment. Are we going to do books on him? Are we going to put a really good relic on him? I don't know, but so far, so good. It was worth staying up all night for. It was worth burning through what felt like about 100 3-star chickens to get it done. That's been my video for today. Please let me know in the comments if you actually went for this guy. I know a lot of people skipped because people are saving for the Leonardo event, the potential event that could pop up any day. Thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one.